So I have this IDS, which is invalid. I would like to run it, to use it on my project. It's a public IDS from Bane NOR, and I would like to use it, okay? But unfortunately, I can't. If you use a proper tool, which should also validate your IDS, or not all of them are validating it, but yeah, some of them are doing that. But this is extremely important, because otherwise, how do you know if you use a proper valid IDS? So what's happening here? We see that we get an error right here, and this is because the IDS Audit Tool has been identifying some errors. So what I'm going to do in this video is this: auditing to make sure that we have valid IDSs and see how we can troubleshoot them and make them usable so that we can actually run them and yeah, make use of them, okay? We see that we have some errors here, and the good part about ACCA is great because you can do that. You can go one by one through the errors, and you can see exactly, it takes you exactly to the specification, and you can fix that right there and there. And you can see also the line and position. But I'm going to show you multiple ways. ACCA is by far the most stable, the more robust, the most updated tool when it comes to IDS. I always recommend it. It's free, okay? It's not open source, but it's free. You can use it for free. You see here usBIM.IDSeditor. It's free, meaning that you can create IDS, you can modify IDS, you can do whatever. I have to tell you that there is only one thing that I'm not crazy about this, and the one thing that I'm not, yeah, that drags it a little bit down, and that's not a problem that you are going to face immediately. If you deal with very large IDSs, then it's going to be slow. That's the only issue. Otherwise, kudos to ACCA team, great job. Yeah, so we get this, right? First, I want to do one thing. I always want to make sure that the error is not tool specific. And how do we know that? Well, by testing using multiple things, multiple tools, right? So we see here that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 errors, okay? There is something called on GitHub, we have something called IDS Audit from buildingSMART. So this is the tool which can be run either online, if it's already an existing tool like this one. This is free and open source. You can, not open source, sorry, I'm not sure actually, but if you want to check this, it's xbim.it. So we have two options so far. We have ACCA, which tells us what is wrong with the file. We have this one, and you have to click on IDS Audit, and then we upload the IDS file here, and it's going to check it, okay? And this tool is using the IDS Audit, which is free and open source, I think, from buildingSMART International. Yeah, and like the tool provider can integrate this tool into their own tools to check and validate their IDSs. Most of them don't do that. But you can also install this locally, as I'm going to show you how I'm using it using Claude. Okay, I am not a programmer, so I'm using Claude, and I gave it the link to this repository, and it just installed, and we checked the same things. Okay, so we got 9 errors. Let's look into this. Now let's check the other options. I'm going to use the same IDS, this one from here. I'm going to drag and drop it, and we instantly get some errors. And we see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I count wrong in ACCA? Let's see one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's 9. Maybe I fixed one or what? Maybe I fixed one. Let me open this again. Let me first restore. So I'm sure I'm using the latest. Yeah, I think I fixed one. So that's why. And again, let's edit it, because I want to modify. I want to show you all things, not just how to check if it's something wrong. So again, like, this is extremely important. If you deal with any IDS, the first thing you have to do is to check and make sure that it's a valid IDS, okay? You don't have to install things. You can either use ACCA or you can use the xbim tool, okay? Use whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, we'll figure it out soon. Okay, so we get 9. Now I show you two ways to do it. Like, I feel that xbim is the easiest to do because you just drag and drop it on the tool. You don't have to have any account, nothing. You just upload it and you check it, okay? In ACCA you have to create an account and then you upload it and then you check it. Now you can also use the manual, the local option, and you see that I run here. I use it right here and we get 10 errors. Okay, so I'm going to go deeper and see what exactly which one ACCA doesn't get it, because we get some lines here. And what's happening? We see that it's about the data type for some specifications. We have IFCLABEL when we are supposed to have another data type, and that's a limitation from the tool Bane NOR is using. But that's not an issue because that's very simple to fix, and I'm going to show you multiple ways how we can fix it. Okay, so let's go back here. Am I not using the same? So we have 264. Let's check the lines of, if you look here, we see that 265 here, and then 99, yeah, so it has one line less here. I think for some reason, yeah, I don't know, somehow it's a bit, it's one line behind. 999, 1229, 1228, which is correct. 1237, 1236, okay. 1289, 1288, we can see it here. And the good part with ACCA is that you just click on it and it gets you right where you have to fix it. So we can see here, must have a the error is this. The code is 103, invalid data type, IFCLABEL. Sorry, the only accepted value is IFC document reference in the context of IFC property. Okay, so we can do two things, because I learned from Ivan, because I had to go through this. I thought that this is mandatory, that we have to have a data type, but we don't have to have a data type. But if we have a data type, it has to be correct. So that's kind of the idea. So we can do two things, either correct the data type of our thing that we are checking, or to remove it. So to remove it, we just press here, right? So now if I update the validation, we're going to see that the line 1288 will disappear. So just check it out. 1288 disappears. There we go. It's not here anymore. Good. Let's take the first one and let's look at this, and we see that in this case, the IFC label should be IFC external reference, okay? So now let's say that I want to change this to match the correct one. External, you see it's here, IFC, or let me start IFC external reference. Oh, it's not in here. And that's interesting, because we get something that is not here. Okay, so let's type like this, IFC external reference, and let's see, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, unfortunately. So let's leave it without any data type. So the least we can do is this, and now if I update, look at 264, that we can, we are going to remove them. This is going to disappear. Yeah, it disappeared. So manually we can do this, but of course it takes some time. That's one option. But I told you, so what happened here? Like the same validation, exact same validation like xbim. If you look here, and we get these values, we got from 265, 999 and 2051, 151. You see exactly the same thing. So we get what's happening here. So the explanation is this: whoever authored these ideas set the data type to IFC label, a plain text string, on properties whose IFC4 definition actually carries a reference object. So it has to be something else, not a string. Yeah, so if you can't fix it, the fix is straightforward. Either change this to this, or to whatever it is, or to remove it. So it's better to just remove it, because sometimes you just want to have the information Sometimes it's important data type as well, but you want to have your IDS valid. And I think there might be some limitations. I'm going to look into this closer exactly, but for now we just want this IDS is valid so that we can use them. Okay, that's the first goal here. And how do we fix that? I showed you already how we do it in ACCA. Everything like how long is going to take. Let's see, is 1311. Let's take this one. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to go here, remove, here, remove, remove, remove. Come on. Ah, it's updating automatically. Okay, and they disappear, few of them. Remove, remove, and remove. And now if I update one more time, we should get all of them removed. There we go. And our IDS now it's valid because we have, you see here, valid document. So simple it is. And now we can also ask Claude, please fix the IDS by removing for now. Because I tested that there are some issues with this. It's still shown as an error. But yeah, so let's do this, the simplest approach, okay? By removing the data type for the lines where it shows up as an error, and after that save it as a separate file in the same folder with fixed at the end. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how long it takes. It shouldn't take too long if you ask me, and I will allow that. We can also do it manually. So I made here a copy. So if I open this with Visual Studio Code, huh? Ah, it's something wrong. Ah, okay. I think maybe it's because of the fact that it has a space here. You're kidding me? Okay. Ah, this is definitely not good. Let me just move this to bin. I'm going to show you here, okay? I'm going to open the same. Other, and let's do this. Are you kidding me? What's happening with this? Don't know what's happening. Maybe because I'm using it already here. I will allow it to do its job, and here, that's very strange. So I make a copy. Maybe because I'm using it at the moment, at this moment in time. But yeah, because if we use this, come on. It should work. Yeah, it should work. It was working just fine. It's because of this name in the copy, I'm not sure. Let's see now. Are you kidding me? I have to prove that somewhere, I guess. That's annoying because it was not actually so difficult. All you have to do is just go to the line in VS Code or whatever tool you are using and modify or remove the data type. It's very simple. The problem with the normal, let's see if it lets me use this. No. Yeah, okay, let's move this. Let's remove it. I'm not sure exactly why it does that. Let me show you here. The problem with this, come on, let's open any it doesn't show the lines of text. So yeah, maybe somebody somewhere in the settings, but I cannot see the lines. And I would look here, and yeah, like you see the data type right here. I would just remove the data type. That's everything you have to do, and save it as another IDS. You see? Yeah, it's because I work on that. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But yeah. Let me copy this to the desktop. An item already exists on that location. Replace. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Yeah, for some reason it takes much longer than it was supposed to be. Okay, we got the fixed one. How do we know if that's correct? Let's upload it here. Let's see if it's also correct here. Yeah, and we see. Now we know that we can run this in other tools as well. Let's see if in IDS Edit also shows up correctly. Yeah, but I can't drag it like that, unfortunately. Yeah. But there are the options, your options, how to fix these things. And also, let's ask this tool to also check it. Check again if it is a valid IDS. So let's say result, it fixed it here. Okay, removed. Okay, it already completed actually. It did the audit. Removing makes the IDS valid, but it changes the meaning. Those property facets now require the property to exist with any. Yeah, I'm aware of that. But again, I want to make this work. Okay, we can worry the next thing. If we have something in our workflow where the data type is really important, then we also go and fix that. Okay, using one of the options. But now we see that the IDS is valid, and we got to do whatever what we had to do. Let me see if I can go in another model, in another folder, sorry, and see if I can open any of this with VS Code, because maybe it's something going on with that folder, because it's Claude is working with it. Yeah, there we go. My God. Okay, so I'm not sure if it's the same, but let's go to 999 because I remember that number. Very easy. So it's definitely a way to navigate directly to this. I think if we go here, property, and we see here data type, you see it? Yeah, this is fixed, and it added this one, and it is given as an error for some reason, I don't know why. But yeah, this has been fixed, right? I fixed this with Claude, but if you also have some problems with it, you can also remove it. Just that, and also the codes. So, and now you just save this as a new file. It's so simple, and you just look at the report in the on xbim.it. You just go to the line of the text where it has to be, and you fix it there. It's not more complicated than that. We can fix these IDSs if we really want, okay? And we shouldn't look for excuses. Yeah, so that's how we guys use the IDS Audit Tool, and also how we troubleshoot IDSs. I don't know what you think about this. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can give me some good feedback about this. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you up in the next one.